Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Third Day Angling. Today we're at a canal here in Tempe again. Different stretch though. We're about a few miles down from last spot I was at, but we are throwing some tubes today. These are 5-inch tubes from CNC Baits Bait Company out of Yuma. I had a recommended a hook setup for this, but I went to Bass Pro today. They didn't have them, so I am just gonna improvise. I'm using a 4-aught EWG with a 1/8 ounce bullet weight on my first ever bait cast setup. This is the bait Mega Cast 6.6, and I got a limited edition, limited formula Bass Pro reel. I've had these for a little bit here. I ordered a bunch of baits from CNC Baits. Carl Beach out there in Yuma, awesome company. He's a sponsor for my group here at Copper State Bank Anglers for our bass tournaments. And so far, all the baits that I've tried, man, they've been money. And this is my first time out with the tubes, so I wanted to come give them a try here, see if we got a couple of bass. I got about an hour to fish, so I wanted to come out here and throw some tubes around. Usually when I throw the smaller tubes, I throw those on a spinning setup, but this is a little bit bigger tube, and I don't know, I felt like throwing it on a bait caster. And I'm throwing against current. The current's coming from my right to left, which usually when I'm throwing something like this, I like to throw against the current. So I'm just gonna watch that line. As soon as that tube hits it, I'm just gonna give it a couple of pops, let it fall back down, wait, watch that line, pop, pop, and then just let it fall back down. Usually they'll hit it on the fall. Most of the time they hit it on the fall. I haven't fished this stretch in the canal probably in a couple of months. There used to be a big old bush right here that I used to park by, and they got rid of that. Just watching that line. Anytime I'm throwing up against the opposite bank, I like to hit the bank and let it fall in softly, so you're not spooking whatever's down there, because if you hit the water and there's a bass there, it's gonna spook him and he's gonna take off. So, and a lot of times, I've said it in a lot of my canal videos, a lot of times when that bait hits the bank and falls into the canal, they bite it as it's falling in, just like that. It's just fell in now. You watch that line. Uh-oh, I hit that bridge. A little bit of a bird's nest here. Okay, got that all out. I don't see my line jumping, so something hit it right now. There we go. I had one. Ah, look at that. Yeah, he hit it. Darn it. All right. This color here is the TNT. What it's called. I have another color. All right. Made it across the way. When I catch anything, this is going to be my hope. Oh, there was something there. I don't know if it was a carp or... probably a carp. Okay. So we're at that set of stairs I wanted to fish. There we go. Right on there too. Not a bad one. I'm happy to get anything right now. Hey, there we go. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Come on. Right on top of the mouth. He ain't going nowhere. All right. He was hanging out right where I thought. I'm gonna go ahead and get a picture with him, and I'm gonna get a release. All right. So I went ahead and got a release, and we changed up color. This is the other color I have from CNC Bait. This is the smoke color, I believe it is. So that's what we're gonna go with. I'm gonna make another cast over there, see if there's another guy hanging out. All right, the skunk is gone. The first one, that first bass I caught was on the TNT color. It's a pretty hot color. What's going on with this? It is getting cooler too, so the sun's going down, so maybe they'll bless me with another one. Oh, there we go. There's this number 2, right on the bounce. This is a little nicer one than the first one. Let's go ahead and get him up here. Oh yeah, a lot nicer than the other one. Oh yeah, a lot nicer. All right, we got one on each color. Let's get a release back on him. All right. It's tough fishing today, definitely. But persevering. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and walk back to the other side, make a few more casts, and we're gonna call it a session. All right, so we made it back to the other side of the canal where we started. Like I said, I thought I was gonna, it got slow, definitely did, but I just had a feeling I was gonna have a better shot over there. And right before I crossed over here, the last cast, he was sitting right on that wall. Right on the wall, because as soon as I went, I jerked it once, and when I went to go jerk it the second time, that's when I set the hook. And I didn't feel that bite. I was going to pop it the second time, and he already had it. So that's how I set the hook when I went to pop it. Yeah, we're losing light here, so we're gonna make a few more casts by the stairs and just kind of work this area a little bit. Not seeing any lines jumping. Not really feeling the bites either. It's just tough day. I mean, I missed a few. Ended up catching one on the TNT color tube, and then we switched it up to the smoke color. The CNC Baits company smoke, after I caught one on the TNT. And I missed a few on that TNT color here, but like I said, wasn't really feeling any of the bites. There's nothing really significant to feel. It was just really subtle. Really subtle. I'd feel one little thing and just kind of, there we go. Nope. Ah, again. That one, that time it just thumped it. That one I felt. That time I felt that. I felt the thump. But yeah, I felt the thump. That's the first time I felt something that significant today. But we're out here for about an hour today. Throwing these 5-inch tubes. Had a rig with a 4/0 EWG at an 1/8 ounce bullet weight, unpegged. And for that hour of time, you know, I had a few bites that I missed. They were subtle bites that I missed. Then finally ended up crossing the street and got one on the TNT color. And then we switched it up, and before we crossed the street, we threw down the bank one more time and got one more, this time on the smoke color tube from CNC Baits. So for an hour of time, missed a couple and caught a couple. I'm not disappointed. I mean, probably could have had a few more bass, but that's all right. No skunk is what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna call it a session since we're losing some light here. But all in all, I like these tubes. I'm gonna definitely have to come out here and throw them again. Get some few other colors as well, but as you can see, it's getting dark already, so we're gonna call it a day. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, of course. Subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and share that channel with your friends if they like fishing as well. Gonna be posting videos every week like always. So from Tempe, tight lines, and God bless.